Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. Today I think was an easy day, right? So I took my biggest loss of the year, 2022 all year long on Tuesday. Tuesday was a bad day. I was down $3,500 and I was able to walk away, came back that same day and take it down to about $2,800, but still was the biggest loss of my 2022 year right here. It was my fault, okay? But anyways, even though I took my biggest loss of all year on Tuesday, Monday I made 1,000. Tuesday I took the loss. Obviously, I even traded a lot. Look at that. Wednesday, yesterday I came back and made 900 back, and then today, easy day, right? Easy $500 winner. Um, I started green, then went to red, and then had some big trades that were able to give me this $500 profit. And at that point, I missed a lot. I left it a lot on the table. You guys know I usually just trade the first 2 hours of market. One of these days, I'm going to learn to stay a little bit longer because everything is starting to make moves at 12, at 1, at 2, power hour, and everything has gone 5, 10, $15 a share, which usually they don't. But this market is hot right now, and so a lot of these things are squeezing later in the day, and I am completely missing them, which is okay with me because I don't usually do that. But it's just that same momentum is not happening in the morning, so I'm scalping small 10, 40, 50 cents moves, and then later in the day you get a 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, $15 move. But it's okay with me. $500 today. Today was still kind of regaining confidence, right? To me, it looks like this day I took a loss, and then I walked away for an hour, and I came back and I traded that afternoon session for $700, $800 profit, or $600 profit, whatever it was. That to me was like, okay, this is like a brand new day, and that was a good day of $700, right? And then I came back yesterday, 900. I'm counting down as like 2 sessions of green trading, and then today again another third session of green trading. That's 3 days that I'm building my confidence again to try to keep trying to scale up higher. Right, today I traded small share size. There was only one time I punched the 5,000 share. I didn't punch it at all this time yesterday, and still $900 profit. This time I punched it left and right, and I mean I was losing money left and right. But regaining confidence, trying to go back into consistency, and then scale back up. So let me go over my trades. Today's going to be very simple, and then I'll show you guys the trades that I missed and which ones I was looking at once I was already done trading. But I was able to walk away and still just look at it from my phone, so I don't force trades. So trade number one, I'll go over SOPA. SOPA is the one that I went red. No, I went green, and then I went red on that name actually. So SOPA. SOPA, I only took two trades on it. First trade, we ran out of the gates. First 1 minute candle was ripping through these levels. It instantly made a new high of day. Took out pre-market high, but I didn't want to chase that. And I was even saying, watch this candle fail and recover back down. Right? I knew that was going to happen. A lot of times, either they do a red move and then goes red to green, or they do a green move and it goes green to red. But it pulled up, failed, and then fell down again. And then this candle here all the way recovered to the top and closed high. That to me told me that buyers were still in this and they were still backing down every dip that got bought up and recovered it and created a nice, very nice hammer candle. Now I'm using this pivot here, this 280, to try to get an entry, try to scoop shares down below and get a good entry here to ride this stock back up. And I'm looking for $3. We already took a high of day, so my next target is going to be a $3 whole dollar, right? And so it pulls back down. I get a good entry of 274, so I bought the dip on this red candle. Looks like I sold early on that play, and I do remember because I sold early here, and I saw this flag, and as soon as it broke out of the flag, I wanted to re-add again for the break of 3, which I did. But that first initial trade here, it did not work out. So that, well, I made some profit on it, but not the big profit. I wanted to ride this from 274 up to 294. That would have been 20 cents off of 2,500 shares. That still would have been a $200, $400 trade. So I left that one go, and that was fine with me. Then I rejoined on there and started taking profits at the 295 because I saw that triple top. So 294, I sold some 292, and then stopped out on the rest. And then here I was looking for a bigger move, right? So this right here, I came out with like $130 profit, $140 profit on these two trades, and then it pulls back down to VWAP. And to me, I think I had the best sniper entry here. I had a 266 average of 1,500 shares, and that VWAP was sitting right exactly there at 266. So I bought at 266, and it was even on this first candle, that first touch right there, kind of that retest of that downtrend flag as well. So I took that trade there. At one point I was up like 80 bucks on this candle here, and then it pulls back down, bounces off of 266 again, and pulls back up to that same level. And I'm like, you know what, this is it. This is going to go over 270, over 280, and then make its way back up to $3. And I just nailed the bottom to the exact penny on this trade. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I kind of let it play out a little bit, give me some room, and then finally looks like I stopped that on that candle. And I did the right thing. I gave myself 10 cents. I let it sit there. If this would have worked after these 4 or 5 minutes of consolidation, it could have turned back around. In this case, it didn't work out and stopped me out right there, but it saved me some money here, and then I would have never been able to sell here because I was still looking for that pop back up. So I could have probably been caught up down here. Obviously, the stock did come back up, but that's not something I'm looking to hit a 2-hour trade to hold. You know, so I was trying to get a quick pop to $3, and thought that was a good entry. But I did lose the money on that, so that put me back down to negative $13 on this ticker and finishing red, which I was okay. The next trade is going to be NVIV. This is a risky stock. This stock is moving by dollars. I tell everybody on my stream to be careful. By the way, if you guys want to watch me trade live, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell 15 minutes before market open right here on YouTube or tradecaster.com. It is also free. Just cancel out the payment. Don't even need a credit card in. And then, guys, please let me know about how do you like these recaps. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to include? Do you want to include some live trading? Do you want me to answer some questions? Do you guys want me to go over a few things? Anything else? Comment down below what you guys want to see on these recaps, or what you don't like on these recaps, what you do like on these recaps. What do you want to see? This one halted up, held that first minute candle, kind of dipped. I took a stab with only 300 shares. I mean, this stock from 10 can move to 11, 12, can go down from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 real fast. So 300 shares, small ad. Unfortunately, I took it all off the table. I think at this point I started looking at different stocks. I was like, you know what, with the stock this volatile, I gotta cut it. I'm not gonna risk it. And unfortunately, this thing just ripped from 10, where I bought 985, from 10 all the way to 13. So $4 a share. Even if I took 100 shares, that would have been 400 bucks. The 300 would have been, you know, $1,000, you know. But obviously, I wouldn't sell at 13 cents. Well, I guess $13 right there. I don't know. Let it go. It's fine with me. The big trade of today, this is going to be BRSH. Now BRSH, I took one trade and I went red on this sticker, on this stock, and I'll show you exactly what I was looking for and exactly what happened. So stock opens red, wasn't even on my radar, had it on my side charts, and then I noticed this downtrend right here. So 1 point, 2 points, kind of 3 there, but I'll count it 2, 3, and then broke that downtrend right there. And whenever this thing broke a downtrend, this is an IPO, and to me, I was like, every IPO recently has been flying through the roof, right? I was like, this thing can easily get caught up in a halt, can easily keep squeezing in, and immediately take this halt, this new level of 363, and give us $4. Now what I was looking at is, my first thing was, okay, now that we're squeezing, where is my pivot that I can support the stock and see if we keep moving higher? I looked left and I saw this. I saw this of 314. So stock rips through that downtrend, rips through that level, and pulled back, and I punched the buy button right there. I got a fill of like 316, maybe 317, right there, and then it kind of flushed on me. And at this point, I kind of panic sold. I was like, you know what, I gotta cut it. And I finished on that trade down like $390, or almost $400, I'm pretty sure. What I didn't look at is that was a clean retest of that downtrend, right? That downtrend is going through there. We ripped through it. We came back, retouched that downtrend perfectly, and then ripped. But I didn't know that. I was blinded by this pivot that I was taking a trade here, and once it broke my pivot, I got out. But so I got out, took a $392 loss, and then I came back to a different stock. I was just scanning them, and then I come back, there's the trade. So here's that initial trade. Bought that support there, and then sold down here at 296. So almost the bottom of that candle. That sucks. And then, so now let me clear these because I remember all of these trades perfectly. So, and then it recovered all the way, engulfed that candle, and now I went back to the stock and I was like, okay, now this is looking good. It engulfed it. So I tried to break out trade. I tried to break out through here. got a very nice move. Let me see if I could see exactly where I bought and sold. So I got in at 323. So right here, breakout, and I sold them at 332, 332. Let me see, 337. Some up here at 340, but that I don't know if that was a second ad or not. So I took some trades here. I bought it at 323. And then it pulls back down, and at this point I was like, I gotta look left, I gotta see what the pivot is, and these two candles right here have a pivot there. Let me delete these again so you guys can see right here. This pivot is of 328, right? So this stock pulls back down, and I snatched a couple of shares right there at 328. 328. Let's see what my fill was. Let me see. Well, it looks like I got filled at 330. 332, 4 cents higher, but it is still the bottom of that candle, so I got filled right there on that candle. Still pretty low. I was looking for that 320. I don't have limit orders in, so as soon as it popped down, I clicked the market buy-in. 2,500 shares there, so I got in that filled there and was able to sell them at the top here. We couldn't really break this out of this flag here, but it's fine. I let it take my profit here and then just reset it. Tried it again down here, double topped that 328, so I got in at 329. I mean, I'm nailing these dips, and the way I traded this was perfect. So I bought here and sold there, and then I bought here and sold at 337. So up here. So I'm buying the dip and selling on the push. Now I was hoping to get a rip kind of like here, but it looks like I got fully out of these trades there, and so I missed this move here, this first green candle, and I missed these ads down here as well. But after that, you know, this candle rips, and I'm looking for a high of day of 355 to break, 350 to break, so I added 350s, 58s, get it added more, and sold it on top, and same thing down here. Now here's where I took the big ad on the day. Same pattern. Look left, so look left, buy the dip, look left, buy the dip. And so in one of these candles here, or actually this was looking left for high of day. Looking left for high of day. That resistance right there is 364. So when this candle broke the high of day and consolidated over it, closed above it, the second that hit 364, I punched the buy button for 5,000 shares. And this is my big trade of the day that I wanted to rip all the way high, all the way up to $4. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for me, but I thought that dip entry was perfect. The dip was 364, and I got in here at 366, so I punched 5,000 shares right there. And I took some off the table, or took it all off the table, it looks like, maybe, yeah. And didn't never get that full move higher, but that was a good dip buy again. That was a good dip buy by me. And if any day that I would have pulled down 1-2 minutes and then ripped through $4, and I would have had a very nice winner. And so that was it. That trade, even though I was down $300, almost $400 on the stock right here, I was able to make almost, I guess, almost 460. So let's say it was 400 here, and let's say this is 450. So I was able to make 4 plus 4, $850 on this move right here. Just on here, $850. Even though I was down 400, I recovered it and then finished 450 profit. So I made 400 and I lost 400 on the circle and made 850 in the square. And I thought that was good because this is not a stock that ripped up, right? I mean, it had a decent move, but it's not one that straight up flew, like kind of like APDN that I missed, right? It's not like it's not like it did this, right? There's a big difference between a move that does this and me being able to make $800 on this tiny little move right here. And so I think I traded good. Definitely regaining confidence and getting ready to finish this week and start next week fresh again. I think that's going to be it for this recap. I mean, I didn't really trade anything else. I only took 41,000 shares today. And those were the only 3 stocks that I traded. The stocks that I did miss and I wish I would have traded, I already showed APDN. So APDN, let me take this out. So APDN was a stock that I did not trade, but was one that I could have traded. I mean, you could have chased this thing anywhere through high of days and you would have kept making money, even halted way up there. Kind of a couple of bounces here. You could have gone for retest. And then FRGE. This was a big one that I missed. And I was looking at it, and it would have worked too, right? I mean, look left and find a pivot. Looking left here. Buy that pullback to that pivot. Look left, buy that pullback to that divot. Look left, buy that pullback to that divot. And just scale it up, scale it up. I mean, any of these trades here, if you bought it at 616, instant pop to high of day 660, 50 cents. If you bought it here at 670, instant pop to high day 624 is 20 cents. Here, if you bought the dip at 726, 730-ish, we'll say 730, to $9.40. I mean, you would have gone stuck on a halt and resumed a dollar higher. That was a $2 trade there, and I left all of it on the table. I was already done trading, or actually, I think I saw this move still. Sorry, I did see this move, but I did not trade any of that. GR and Q kind of made it a little bit of a move. Left out on a nerve. Kind of had low volume, but made a move. For sure made a move. I left it all alone. You know, pretty nice move. I had this resistance down here. Looks like once we broke out of that, we just didn't look back. We're not even back down to that resistance yet, but I was looking at this one. To me, just the volume was not there, so I left that one completely alone. GOVX made a nice move. GOVX made a nice move today as well, and it's still kind of hanging up here. Haven't really taken those new highs, but definitely a stock that didn't trade that it could have made a little bit of money on. CMRX, I mean, you guys, I'm naming 5 stocks that have ran up dollars today again. And I think that might have been it. Staff was one that I missed, another one in the morning. Looking left, kind of being able to get some of these dips, kind of having a little flags here, kind of like that, and then ripping out of it. There wasn't much continuation here, and I would have been looking for $5 on this stock, so maybe I would have gotten a little bit of red trades up here, but still decent move through this area here. Jan, I think, made a move, but I was not interested in it. Yep, that one just kind of died right away. PACB, slow, cheap stock. SOPA was another that I did trade, but I left some on the table later in the day. And that's pretty much it, guys. You guys are seeing this market, and hopefully you guys are banking, making money. And if you're not, hopefully you're learning from your mistakes. That's the first thing to learn to be able to become successful. Learn from your mistakes, and don't let them repeat themselves, right? If you can do that, you'll be successful. Appreciate you guys watching this recap. Like I said, please let me know any changes, any modifications you guys like. And I'll see you guys tomorrow during my live trading session. It's free. If you didn't know that, it's free. And if not, in tomorrow's recap. Y'all have a good rest of your day.